Let's show them we can rise from ash. Jade, Lavender, and Scarlet Phoenix power. Together we will rise. They tried to burn us, we bloom like a flower. They didn't know we had a Phoenix's power. Phoenix power.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jade Phoenix here, and we are back with another beautiful, wonderful, amazing episode of the Feinics Gate Podcast. How you doing? How you doing? I am joined. You guys are getting a treat.
Yay!
It is a treat because I'm here with just my Lavender.
It all started
When I was born.
Our Scarlet is on a small vacation. We love her, and she'll be back soon enough. So, love you, Scars.
We love you, girl.
Yeah, buddy. But we're here. We're queer. Do something about it.
Exactly.
The world has gotten even worse since we published our last episode.
Yeah, and you know, I actually think it's wild that this episode is actually going to go really well into the last episode we just put up this past week.
It actually does feed into it, yes.
It's like a perfect flow.
It was a segue.
Exactly, because as y'all know, we need escapism to survive in this crazy world.
It's fucking hellscape.
And hey, what's a better way to survive than some really good fantasy smut?
Not even just that. These are also these are books that those assholes would probably ban.
Oh, they would go insane. Like, look, I am finally on a court of Wings and Ruin, and all this talk of the High Lady, they would be losing their shits right now.
Oh my god, for real. Like
Honestly, best reveal at the end of a book in a court of Mist and Fury. Like 100% best reveal. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We are.
We did speak about books in our last episode and how much the three of us actually do enjoy reading.
Yeah.
And different types of genres and different types of mediums, because our Scarlet is a comic book reader.
Exactly.
And she likes manga. You're a more multi-interest.
I would basically, I'll read, like, I think what I've come to learn about reading as somebody who's studied literature for as long as I have is there's no right or wrong way to enjoy a book.
Nope.
So I've come to learn not only do I love having a physical book, but I've come to love audiobooks, which I never thought I would really love.
Same.
And it's turned me into an even more ferocious reader because, you know, I think everyone can agree to this. As you get older, it feels like you have less and less time, right? For those pleasantries.
We have no
And that
problems.
sucks.
It does.
So it's nice when you're able to be like, no, I can open myself to other mediums that fit into my way of living. Like I will listen to audiobooks, for example, when I'm working.
Yep.
And then if I have the time at night, I sit down and I read a book, and it just feels very fulfilling.
You know, honestly, books for me, I've always been an avid reader. Always been an avid reader. But with my life and like my job and everything that goes on, like I never really have time anymore to sit down and read a book, because I'm one of those readers where when I start reading, you cannot get me to stop reading.
Yeah.
Like I've literally gone hours reading a book and not realized how much time has passed by.
I totally get that. Like I'm also one of those readers.
Yep.
I've gotten a little better. It did have to get to a point that, you know, when I was commuting to the office, but even now, when I need to be on an early morning meeting, I will literally I call it my book timer. And I have one of those.
You have a book timer?
I do. And I have one of those, I have a Sonos Roam, which I love, and I hooked up Alexa to it. And I go, hey, Alexa, set my book timer for like 2 hours so that I don't get too carried away. But I'm going to be real. When you gave me Fourth Wing, those were some of my late nights. I would get to a point and I'd be like, oh, my book timer went off.
I don't want to stop.
But I need to at least finish this scene. I need to at least get to this point, which is a pretty huge deal for me, because I am like kind of the old lady of the group. I need to adhere to my bedtime.
You're not okay. You're not the old lady. You're the more routine. you can't function without your routine.
Yes, I would 100% agree with that.
Like, if this one gets off a routine in any way, shape, or form, it's just
Fuck your life. Bing bang.
I'm in full blown panic. Like I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and it affects Lavender in such a way where we have to literally talk her off the ledge.
You have to be like, oh, you should leave the house. We promise it's safe to leave the house.
No!
But what's good about that is actually implementing reading back into my routine has not only been so good for my mental health,
I love this for you.
but it's also because it's just something I so genuinely love.
Yes.
But it's also something that now it's a part of my routine because the one downside of being really routine oriented is if I fall off of doing something in a regular cadence,
It fucks her up.
it just fucks me up. I forget about doing it and then I won't work out or do yoga for a month because I wasn't doing it regularly.
Yep.
Like I have to set parameters like Monday through Friday. Yoga.
Yep.
And if I don't do that, I'll forget about it for 3 weeks and then I'll wonder why I feel so bad in the morning.
And then we'll be like, well, have you been doing this? Oh shit, no.
That's right.
That's what I've been forgetting to do. And it's like, and it also like, it really does like one of the things like, cause I am also routine based, but I'm a little bit more flexible.
Yes, you're much more flexible than I am.
I'm trying to get back into a certain routine that I had before, that actually got severely disrupted back in like November.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get back into that. And reading is part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of the things that I had set a goal for myself in 2024, and unfortunately I did not meet that goal, where I wanted to read at least 1 to 2 books a month because my to be read pile is disgustingly big. It is between actual books, my ebooks, my audiobooks. I have enough material, enough literature that can literally last me for probably the next year and a half.
Girl. Like, I will say this, though, about a TBR. It's not just purely a TBR. It's also, like, an art installation.
It is an art installation.
It, what's the word? It begs to be perceived.
It does. It does. But
and here I am being like, I feel like I need to become a Kindle girly now because
I really want a new Kindle.
now that I'm getting so back into reading, I'm like, I don't have enough room in my little studio apartment. I literally told my partner, I was like, when we move in, it needs to be bigger solely so I have more space for all of my books because I deserve it.
You're a monster.
I've worked hard enough.
It's true. It's true. Now, here's the thing. Another reason why I want a new Kindle is mainly because they have Stuff Your Kindle days where you can literally get a fuck ton of books on certain days for free.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually awesome. I had
But
no
it
idea
only
they did that.
only works with Kindle.
Wow.
Because I thought that I could do it with my Google Play books because I keep
Yeah.
Google Play books because I do read a lot of books on my phone.
Okay, yeah.
You know, because that's also where I have all my audiobooks.
Oh, yeah, 100%. My
Yeah.
audiobooks are on my phone too.
Audible.
I love Audible.
Love Audible.
This is Audible.
Like, I actually have been thinking about even auditioning to do Audible books.
Girl, you'd be so good.
Because I think, like, I my voice can be pleasant. I can read a book.
Also, like, you have a voice where, like, not only is your voice pleasant and calming and soothing in a lot of ways,
When I want it to be.
but also you're able to
Do
exactly. You can do voices and you can capture inflection because that is something I've noticed with some books. Like, I've been listening to the audiobooks for ACOTAR and I've been listening to them while I've been working.
Have you been doing the dynamic audio or the regular?
I tried both and I realized I loved the Audible reader, just the regular one for book 1 and 2.
Yeah.
No offense, I'm sure she's a lovely woman. I really don't like the new reader they picked for A Court of Wings and Ruin.
So
I went
never
to
read the regular ones.
Dynamic.
I've only with ACOTAR because I've read those books. I only did dynamic audio.
So fair, yeah.
I never tried the other style.
Yeah.
And the reason why I try to stay with the dynamic is because automatically when I'm reading, I'm already imagining all of this in my mind anyway, because I have
Yeah.
a very good visual state of mind,
Yeah, me too.
especially when I read.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
me
I
too.
can visualize everything on these pages in ways that like most people may not even realize. Like, and again, that's not a humble brag. That's just what my brain. That's what my brain does.
Exactly. Mine does that too, and that's what I think was so upsetting when I got to A Court of Wings and Ruin, and they changed the narrator because the narrator for the first 2 books, she was how I pictured Feyre.
Right.
Like her voice was just so well controlled.
Right.
So well
Deliberate
and crafted. And then it's not that the regular reader for A Court of Wings and Ruin is bad by any means. She just doesn't have that same touch.
Cadence. She doesn't have the same cadence.
Cadence is the word. She doesn't have the same cadence as this previous author.
So she
reader
doesn't
had.
hook you in the same way.
It's actually a lot harder for me to pay attention.
Ooh.
Like I don't know if it's a problem with the audio they recorded it with.
It might be.
It's a lot lower, no matter how much I turn up my thing. So I don't know if a lot of us know at the gate, but I actually have some hearing issues. I have delayed hearing. So it'll sometimes take me a minute to put those 2 synapses together.
Lavender is the human equivalent of buffering.
Oh, 100%. And that was the problem is she was talking so low and I couldn't hear her. Like that's what she sounded like. And I felt so bad.
So she was kind of giving you ASMR while she was reading her fucking book.
Yeah, but I couldn't even hear her. So I did change to dynamic audio because I could only get through 2% of the book in 2 hours because I could not listen to her. I couldn't focus on what she was saying, and I'd have to keep going back and re-listening to it.
Yeah, no.
So I moved to dynamic audio for this one.
Shit. I hate that shit.
And I love it.
I was doing that. I had the same problem when I was re-listening to Wicked.
Oh, I remember you told me.
Now, I've read Wicked. I've read that book. I've read the whole series with, what was it, Gregory Maguire? Yeah, I've read that entire series. In fact, I actually have Son of a Witch queued up on my, Audible.
Yeah.
For when my current obsession, which I will get into in a minute, abates, or if I reach the end of that series. Okay. Which will most likely be I reach the end of the series first.
I know something you don't know.
I'll get into it. We will. But that fucking listen. Excellent book. Horrible choice of fucking narrator. You literally listening to it, I wanted to go to bed. Every single time I'm just like
I have to ask, was it a man reading it?
Yeah.
It's always the men. No offense, y'all.
And it wasn't even, you can tell that it wasn't a young.
Oh, it was an old man.
It was an older gentleman, yes.
No.
It was an older gentleman. Listen, I'm sure he has a very lovely voice.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Not for that book.
No, that's what I've noticed too, is certain books require, if you're not going to listen to dynamic audio, require a very specific cadence about them.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I have an Audible version of The Shining because I love listening to it.
That's a great book.
Oh, it's one of my all-time favorites. I am a huge Stephen King fan. And it's one of my favorite audiobooks to listen to. And so much of it and I have the physical book too.
Me too.
But so much of it has to do with this guy just captures Jack. And he captures the horror within the house when he speaks. But he doesn't sound cheesy.
Yeah.
And I love him. So whoever you are, he's an Audible exclusive. I know as much. Whoever you are, roses to you always. I listen to you every single Halloween season.
Hey, yo. But here's my thing. I understand that this is a very tough thing to do.
Oh,
because when you're
100%.
reading some of these books, when you are narrating some of these books, you are narrating multiple characters.
Yeah.
This is why I actually genuinely prefer the dynamic, because you get those multiple characters, but they are represented by different voice actors.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that, because then that means that you get the take on the character from the voice actor. And it is not just their point of view, but how they're interpreting the character. And a lot of I gotta give these people their fucking flowers. They capture them a lot of the times the same way that I read them. The same way. Like, they brought that voice, that imagery in my head to life with their voices. The only complaint that I have with dynamic audio is they break it up into 2 pieces.
Yes, I noticed that with
can you
Wings and Ruin.
fucking stop doing that? Because if I buy the audiobook with the one person, I get the whole fucking book. But then if I'm buying the dynamic and a lot of the longer books, I guess, I only get the one half and then I gotta pay for the other half.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Like, that's something I noticed because admittedly I had so many stockpiled credits.
Yeah.
I ended up buying
I've never have enough.
with my credits the regular, and I'm happy I did this. I bought the regular A Court of Wings and Ruin.
Okay.
And then I got the dynamic audio.
Okay.
So then what I did was when I didn't like the regular, I wasn't out of being able to read it until my next credits came in.
Gotcha.
I already had the other two. And once I started listening to that, I was like, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah.
And
what I love about it is that when they're dealing with a series like that, they bring the same actors back.
yes. And what I like about that too is, so I work from home and a lot of what I do when I'm not in meetings is very calculation heavy. I need to be able to pay attention to my work.
Yes.
But I'm a very big multitasker. Like, I listen to our podcast while I'm working. I listen to other podcasts I enjoy while I'm working. I listen to the news while I'm working.
That's right.
So I like having that
You
in
talk
the
to
background
us in our group chat.
while I'm working. So I need that extra noise. So usually I can hear every word, but the fact that I could not understand
that pisses
a thing this woman was saying, and I really think a lot of it has to just do with the quality of how they recorded it, and it was a different reader for sure.
I will also admit that
in the studio.
I do also admit that I do know this from my friends who actually are trying to break into this business. One of my friends is currently trying to do that.
Nice.
A lot of these people do record these things from home.
That might be it, because it went from this very crisp, easy narrator.
Yeah.
And it's not that this narrator was bad. It was just, she was so silent. And I was like, oh shit, I don't even know what she said.
Yeah.
And I would have to keep going back because I missed the plot and I didn't know what was happening.
And this is also I will take full fucking credit for this. I destroyed this woman.
Oh, yes.
This is all because of me. I literally sat there. We got into a conversation. It was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Where I turned around and I was rereading the ACOTAR series.
Yeah.
I was rereading A Court of Thorn and Roses. I was rereading all the series. The series is only 5 books. We may be getting a 6th. There has been teasing of this for a while where we may be getting a 6th.
She announced it on her website.
Yes.
She did say it's not the end of the story. Faerys' arc is just over now, and now it's going to be about Nesta.
Right.
She did officially put it up on the ACOTAR part of her website.
We are going to be getting more in the world of ACOTAR. It's just not Feyre and Reese's anymore.
Yeah.
It's moved to Nesta. But hey,
I like Nesta.
I do too. I love her. I need more. Give me. I need my hit of fairy smut. Give it.
Give it to me.
So there's that.
It's called a hustle.
And
sweetheart.
also like the other big thing with this is I've reread these books because I originally refused to read them.
Fair.
Why? Because they were popular. And I hate this. Okay. I'm very weird. If you are going to sit there and tell me, and this all stems from like a traumatic experience that I had with the fuck is that movie? Not the movie. Oh my God, there was a show. Nathan Fillion was the star. There was only 1 season.
Firefly.
There you go. Thank you. This is how much I hate that show. Listen, I'm going to get hate for this.
Okay.
I can't. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
When Firefly was that underground, like we're going back 15 years. Like Firefly's old now. Okay, we're going back like when Firefly had just really gotten past, like was still very cultish, very underground.
Gotcha.
I had some close friends of mine that were insisting that I watch this show. The same way they were insisting that I get into Doctor Who.
I do love Doctor Who.
Listen, I gave Doctor Who a chance. I enjoyed it. I'm not obsessed with it because they're also super Whovian. Cool. More power to you.
Gotcha.
But I was able to enjoy it with them, but I'm not like, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who. Now, because of that, they assumed that I would probably like Firefly. They insisted that I watch it. They were like, watch. And I'm like, okay. But we gotta warn you, it's only 1 season and da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay. I couldn't make it past the 2nd episode. I couldn't fucking do it. I hated it so fucking much. I was like so angry and so upset that they forced me to watch this.
I totally get it.
Oh no, it gets worse.
Oh boy. Okay.
I gave them my honest opinion, like, this is not for me. Like, I didn't say it meanly. I just was like, this, I don't like this show. It's not
just
for
not
me.
for you.
It's just not for me.
Not your cup of tea.
It's not. Like, Joss Whedon, cool, thanks for Buffy, but no. I didn't like it. I was like, why the fuck are you making me watch a space western? Why are you making me watch that when I can go watch Star Wars?
So fucking valid. So fucking valid.
So they actually got angry with me to the point where one of my friends stopped being my friend.
Over fucking Firefly?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Over a fucking cult classic TV show, which, hey, listen, cool, did not want to be my friend anymore because I hated Firefly.
That actually reminds me a little bit of like the thing that does kind of drive me crazy about certain, especially like series fandoms, because that was part of the reason I was holding off on ACOTAR.
Same.
Is it had a really big fandom, and there's nothing wrong with that, y'all. I am now a part of the fandom. I love you guys.
Very firmly a part of it.
I realize now most of you are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the people that get channeled out are like the toxic ones. Like, as I was reading ACOTAR for, like, I remember in school, like, I love Twilight and Harry Potter. I
Yeah.
love both. I didn't get why people would compare them. I feel the same way about Star Wars and Star Trek. I like them for different reasons.
Yeah.
And I remember people literally used to get mad at me.
Because you like both?
They would ask me, they'd be like, well, which one is better? I was like, well, they're both good. I enjoy both of them. And literally one is about a vampire and one is about a wizard. How are they the same?
They're not.
And I hated that the fandoms, like, you couldn't like two things.
Yeah.
So that was part of my resistance when I saw the more toxic part of the ACOTAR community.
Well,
That was, the one that gets blasted out on TikTok.
God.
And I was like, oh, no, no, no. And Jay was like, no. Trust.
Trust in me. I channeled my inner Ka, and I was like,
thinking.
trust in me. Read this book. Because on a whim, I saw it on sale in Target. It was a box set. The box set was on sale. Like, I think it was like 50% off.
Oh, wow, that's good.
So I was like, wait, I'm getting all of these books for like $40. Fuck yeah, let me get them.
Yeah.
So I picked them up. I also picked up her other series too. I have it.
I really want to read those. That's my
is it-
next read.
Yeah, mine. Well, when I'm done with this obsession, which I will get to.
Very fair.
Very fair. I was like, all right, fine. I give in. I'll try it. And this was at the actually urging of Tasha.
I could see that. Tasha would love. Yeah, that makes sense for Tasha.
Tasha's like my wife, my love, my wife. Please,
We love you, Tasha.
trust me and read the books. I was like, fine, because she knows about my Firefly
Yeah.
trauma, which is one of the main reasons why, like, I don't really get into a lot of the super big fandoms, like
Yeah.
Supernatural, naming, like, I don't like Star Trek. I'm sorry, I never did.
Yeah, like the whole like
DC fandom.
Sherlock. When
I
Sherlock,
couldn't do it.
I loved Sherlock, but I hated the fandom.
Exactly. Like
Like
those big fandom shows that have like this cult following, which, hey, listen, I am the same way with certain fucking shit.
yeah, same.
But it makes me very nervous because of that trauma with the Firefly.
Very fair.
So me reading ACOTAR, you had to force me into it. But then here's the problem. I picked up those books. Same day, I opened up A Court of Thorn and Roses. I read that book in 2 days.
I would like to say what's so great about that, because you're talking about this trauma you have with Firefly. What I loved about you being the person to not only suggest these books to me, but letting me just talk about the things I was excited about with the book, the things I didn't like about the book.
Yeah.
But didn't make me feel bad that I didn't like that first book.
I also literally gave her no spoilers.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm not telling you shit. And she was like, what? I'm like, because she actually, you did come to me.
Yeah,
you
'cause
did
I
come
was
to me. You
like-
were like, why did you make me read a souped up fairy Beauty and the Beast? And I was like, oh.
just you wait.
I'm like, sweetie, did you finish it? She goes, yeah. I'm like, read book 2. She goes, what? I'm like, trust me. Read book 2. Fine, I'm going to try. next thing I know, she's halfway through, or even not even halfway, like you were a third of the way through, you're like, fucking Jade was right.
Because that was the thing. You let me kind of complain. Because here's the thing. I actually said it in our video on the Feinics Gate, which if you didn't watch it, y'all, you should. I'm trying to also bring a lot of my passions into the gate as well.
Please do it.
And
we want you guys to be on our socials
Exactly.
already.
And I even said, I was like, I actually didn't like this book until literally the last quarter of the book. But then once I finally was like, you know what? I love the world building though. And Jade was telling me like, just give the next one a try. If you don't like it, you can DNR it. You can give it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. But then what I loved is once I read A Court of Mist and Fury,
Yep.
I understood then why A Court of Thorns and Roses was written the way it was written because of her character transformation. Like, and I was like, oh, so as I said in my video, I would not read that first book again, probably, if I were to reread the series. But I now have a newfound appreciation for it.
Because literally we're like, and here's the thing, spoilers if you haven't fucking read it.
Sorry, y'all.
A Court of Thorns and Roses is literally told from a human perspective.
Yes.
Mortal perspective. When we get to book 2, A Court of Mist and Fury, we are now experiencing the shift of a person with a mortal mind, a mortal heart in an immortal body.
Yes.
Getting used to this new life, getting used to this new way of being. So, of course, the tone of the book is going to change.
And what's nice about that is you get a lot of things that happen to us in our everyday lives, but are seen from the perspective of this woman who's only ever needed to be one thing for her family, which was keeping them alive. And now she's going to live forever.
Exactly.
But she also has to live with the traumas of the things she had to do to protect the people that she loved.
Yeah.
And that's what I find so wonderful about the storytelling.
Yeah.
Is not only do you see how she needs to not only work through trauma, but work through the trauma through a lens of, and I'm going to have to live with it forever.
There you go.
So I need to either really discover who I am or recreate myself in this new world.
Exactly.
And that's what made Faerys so intriguing. Like, I mean, hell, I have Faerys on my cosplaying list now. I have Faerys and I have another character, which I know we're going to talk about that book series as well. But I've now become so engrossed in this story. And I love Rhysand. I love him.
He's my ultimate.
Oh, I love him.
I have a thing, anybody that knows me in real life knows, I got a thing for bad boys.
Who doesn't love a good daddy?
I have not met a single woman that doesn't get off on a bad boy, but I prefer the anti-hero.
Yes.
I prefer the anti-hero characters to any fucking prince.
Yeah, same here.
Like, that's just my thing. Like, I want a man that will blow up the world for me, not sacrifice me to save the world.
What I love even more about Rhysand is that's another thing. We were getting everything in that first book from fucking Tampon's perspective. Everything was... I think I should explain. Tamlin is tampon. Back to what I'm saying.
I told her that, and she goes, that is the perfect fucking name.
I'm like, it better fucking be. Because it started as an autocorrect. Like, I wrote Tamlin in our chat, and it accidentally autocorrected to tampon. I was like, I meant Tamlin, but that's what they should call him.
And I literally said, that is what they call him.
I was like, good. So that's the problem. We're only getting Tampon's perspective, and he has a very narrow view of what he thinks is right and wrong.
Oh, God, he has such a xenophobic view.
So xenophobic. So it's really interesting seeing Faerys as she steps away from him and recognizes just how much bigger the world is and how many more nuances there are to all these supporting characters that we were led to believe were purely villains. Yeah. And we're purely these horrible, awful people. Because when I started reading A Court of Mist and Fury, I was like, what the fuck with Rhysand? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, he's like a creep. Like, what's going on? And it wasn't until he saves her from the wedding that I was like, wait a minute. There's a little more to this guy. And he fosters her power instead of holding her back and caging her away. And I'm like, oh no, I'm in love.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Like, because who doesn't want a supportive partner?
Exactly. Funnily enough, I know we are going to talk about her book in a moment, but there was a great interview that just came out with Rebecca Yarros, where she's talking about romantic fantasy.
Yeah.
And she actually said, and I think this was a really good point. She says, you know, what's so important about the fantasy genre, especially for women, is them getting to see these characters and these men that truly value them.
Yeah.
And she was like, it means a lot to me for women to see the way that I write a man who truly values a woman, and then they step away and go, this is what I deserve.
Right. And that's why these books are so
Popular.
and scary.
Yeah.
Because, and this is one of the arguments that, you know, a lot of people, because it comes from both sides, say it is an unrealistic view of what a man should be. It is a simp. They are all simps. No. That is what it looks like when a man is genuinely in love with a woman.
Exactly. Like, this is what for example, Rhysand. What I loved about Rhysand as a character is he knew that he was Faerys' mate. And while she was upset that he didn't tell her, and I could, that was another thing. I could totally relate to her in that book because she was going through this trauma of people lying to her and giving her half-truths.
Yep.
So even if that didn't seem like the biggest lie in retrospect, you're like, I get it. She's allowed to feel angry about this.
No touchy.
But he knew Pharaoh was his mate, and he chose to not tell her because he wanted her to truly come to love him.
Not just that, he didn't want to force her into something that could not be changed.
Exactly. He didn't want to force her into being in this scenario where she could be unhappy forever.
Exactly.
And that's what I loved about Rhysand. And beyond that, he chose to know her as a person and a friend and an ally first. And then allowed her to come to her own conclusion of what she wanted their relationship to be.
He was even willing to let her marry Tampon.
I know.
Like, he was willing to let his mate's happipness ahead of everybody else, ahead of his own.
I love it.
Even like, seriously, if that is what would be considered a quote unquote simp, then sign me the fuck up.
For real. And I mean, y'all, this guy also can murder in one stride. So shut the fuck up.
I'll be right back. I always come back.
But that's also what I loved about how they wrote Farah in the series is
she's not a damsel in distress.
She's not. One of my favorite scenes from A Court of Mist and Fury, and shout out to the narrator on that book, was when she protects the rainbow.
Yeah.
In Valaris. And he's begging her to come back, but he's not going to stop her because he knows that she needs to do what she needs to do.
To save her people.
But you still get that concern. He loves her. He does want her to be safe, but he lets her be the hero of her story.
He lets her be her.
And I love it.
It's not even just a matter of being a hero. He lets her be her. He fucking doesn't put her down when she's having a bad day. He doesn't force her to be Perky or Miss Happy Housewife. He lets her be her, which everybody's like, oh, well, the sex scenes. Yo, the sex scenes are fucking fire.
They're hot, okay?
They are hot. But you want to know what gets us off is that
exactly
is a fucking man that is willing to call us out on our bullshit, but support us at the same fucking time.
Because I don't think that's that much to ask, personally.
And it's not. Diginan does it.
I know.
Diginan calls me on my bullshit, but at the same time, supports me, knows when to step in, when not to step in. And sometimes when he does make a faux pas and steps in when I don't need him and we end up like, bumping heads, he knows enough to meet me on the middle.
Exactly. And what I can also say for this, because yes, the sexy hot scenes and the wonderful chemistry. I loved how many times they fucked in a bathtub. I'm not going to lie. But I will say this, because we get that character build, that's why I find the sex scenes so sexy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to do with exactly what they're doing. And we're like, wow, this is a sexy, beautiful man.
And they are pretty graphic.
They are. That was one of those things that while I was reading it, I was like,
I didn't warn you.
It's okay.
I refused.
Because here's the thing. I love me some good literary sex scenes. And I was like, That would be like when I was up at night and I was like, I have to go to bed and the timer would go off. And I'd be like, you know what? Let me just finish.
Just a few more pages.
Just a few more pages. Until they close the door. That's where I'm going to go. And honestly, those sex scenes, because here's the thing. I never found the sex scenes with Tamlin all that hot.
No.
Which was why I found the book kind of boring.
That's fair.
But now I understand that was done on purpose.
That's right.
You were supposed to see the difference within Feyre, and because this is all from Feyre's perspective, and see the difference in Feyre's experience of these moments because a man of convenience, that's what I'm going to call Tampon, a man of convenience versus her true love.
Yeah.
And it was just so nice.
He was just a fairy version of the human that she was banging.
Oh, that's right. What was his name?
Oh, I forgot.
They literally mentioned him once in ACOTAR. I can't even remember what his name was. But what I also like about Sarah
Was it
J.
Hamish?
That's the guy from Hunger Games.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But he had some kind of, white guy name. Like Isaac or something like that.
It might have been Isaac Hayes.
I think it might have been. I think it was Isaac Hayes.
There you go.
I think you're right. But
either way, that was convenient for Feyre, and she even admits that was convenience for her back then.
Exactly.
When she was desperate to feel anything and desperate to get away from her life. Same thing with fucking Tamlin.
Oh, 100%.
Same thing with fucking Tamlin. Like, fucking call a spade, whatever. It's this, and like, honestly, the entire series, I believe, is a win. Like, yes, ACOTAR is, if you don't get through the first book, you may not want to go through the second one, and that is valid. But I believe that the way that ACOTAR itself, the first book, is written, it gives you that, okay, but I need to see what kind of happens now.
Agreed.
And that's when you are sucked into the world.
Exactly, because the ending of that book is phenomenal.
Oh, it's
While
beautiful.
I struggled to get through it for the majority, the ending was what I was like, wow, that was a really good ending. I like everything with Amarantha, the trials.
I want to cosplay Amarantha.
Please, I'm cosplaying Feyre, so please cosplay Amarantha.
I really, really do. Only because like the blood red hair.
Fuck yeah.
Like the fashion sense, all that stuff. I want to do it simply because I'd never seen anybody do it. And anybody that has watched Vampire Hunter D, you've seen it.
I've seen it, yeah.
You've seen the anime.
Yeah.
Anybody that's watched Vampire Hunter D, the movie, I can only see that queen vampire at the end.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
That is the immediate face that I put to Amarantha.
That is actually a really good description for her.
Thank you.
I also want to say, this is the one thing I will say, Sarah J. Maas. I think Amarantha was a really, really interesting character.
I think we need a prequel.
Yes, I want more about her. Because
I also want to know about I want not to interrupt you, but
you're fine.
Sarah J. Maas, if you are listening, please listen. I want prequels. I want to know about the Fairy War.
Yeah, I want to know about Jurian.
I want to know about, Miriam, and I want to know their story.
I love Miriam.
I want their story. I need that story. It's great that you gave it to us in the world building, but I need more.
No, same. Like, I think she built so many interesting characters that lend themselves to expand upon the series beyond just the main storyline.
I want Morrigan's story, too.
I love Morrigan.
I love Mor. She's so good.
I love Mor. I also
She's another one that I would cosplay.
Oh, yes, please. Honestly, can we please do our next cosplays as Mor and Feyre?
Or we can also do more Feyre and Nesta.
I also love that.
I knew you were going to
like that. I love both Feyre and Nesta. Like, I love Nesta. And here's the thing. I got like slight spoiler just because now I'm on ACOTAR fandom internet, but not enough that it's going to like ruin anything for me.
Well, what book are you on?
I am on, she's already been turned Fae. I am on A Court of Wings and Ruin.
Okay, so you're on book 3.
I'm on book 3, yes.
Okay, so you got 2 more to go.
Until her book, yeah.
One more.
Yeah, because
it's a court.
one more.
It's a, what is it? A Court of Mist and Starlight? Frost and Starlight.
Frost and Starlight, because it's kind of like a
little filler book.
A little filler book, and then
Nesta's book.
Nesta book. And I've already liked her a lot, just because what I like about Sarah J. Maas
wait.
is, here's the thing. Yeah, Faerys sisters are like low-key the worst. But at the same time,
Just wait.
exactly. There's that piece. And also, I like already the character trait she's built into Nesta. And I know she's building her to be a character with a lot more nuance than we got from Farah's original narration. And we also have to remember, Nesta was the one that helped Faerys get back to Tampon in the first place. So she really does love her sister.
We'll see.
And
I'm not giving you anything.
I'm excited. Like, I cannot wait to see how her character progresses, especially now that she's a fae. I think there's going to be a lot of really interesting dialogue, especially from her when we get to her book about her reality of being.
We'll see.
And I'm hype. Like, Sarah, you're building this whole world that even though I know that all these books are out, I'm purposefully keeping myself from finding out because I am so excited.
I have not given Lav any spoilers. All like when she asks me anything, I will only speak on the books that she has already read.
Exactly.
And that is the only books that I will discuss with her. And anytime she asks me, I'm like, no, you gotta wait.
It's like, no, I promise. Just get through this chapter.
Just get there. Which is funny because on top of me exposing you to ACOTAR, I turned around and said, hey, you really like this. You're gonna like Dragon Smut.
I fucking love Fourth Wing.
And I handed her Fourth Wing. I was like, you trusted me on ACOTAR. Please. God, trust me on this one. Now, Fourth Wing was one of those few books that I did not need any prompting. I heard dragons and I was in.
You were in, yeah.
I'm sorry. I am a slut for dragons. I love dragon.
Me too, actually. I love dragon
Any
fantasy.
stories that really has like I grew up on the Dragon Riders of Pern.
Oh, remember Aragon?
Yeah.
I loved those books.
I grew up on. I had Eric. I read the whole fucking series. I have the whole fucking series.
I love those.
I currently am reading Murtaugh. I have it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That is one of the books that I am currently reading.
Amazing.
But unfortunately, my current obsession is taking a backseat. So whatever. We'll get there. We're
almost there.
Almost there. But when I heard about Fourth Wing, I was like, what is this? Dragon Riders? Okay, I'll give it a whirl because I loved Aragon. I love the Dragon Riders of Pern. I love dragon stories. Gimme. So, I mean, hello, I read The Hobbit because I love fucking Smog. Like, let's go. So I was like, all right, so I'm reading this series, right? And lucky for me, I caught on to Fourth Wing when, what is it? Iron Kissed? The one I just gave you.
Oh, Iron Flame.
Iron Flame. There you go. Iron Kiss is a different book. Jade. Oh my God.
Iron Flame.
My brain is not.
No, it's okay.
My
You're
brain
good.
is not here today, and you know why.
Oh, very fair. Very fair.
So I managed to get it with both of these books already being published. Iron Flame had just come out, and that is why the hype was so much around Fourth Wing.
Gotcha.
And I was just like, okay, fuck it. And I went and I bought both books. I bought both books in hardcover, which means you know that I'm interested because I usually wait for the paperbacks because it's easier to store. So I got Fourth Wing, I got Iron Flame, and I'm reading Fourth Wing, and I was like, oh my God. And I'm just losing my fucking minds about this book. I could not wait. This is how much you know that I love a book series. I read the book in the bathtub, and I dropped the book in the fucking... I dropped Iron Flame in the water.
Quite literally, because I just traded back Fourth Wing to read Iron Flame because that's what we've been doing. Because one, I'm in a studio apartment, not a lot of room. And two, this is what we're doing is that like if I like them, I will then go buy them later, right? So,
and she's already said she's going to be getting them with the nice splayed edges.
Oh, yes, I am. And so Jade hands me the book, and it's like
it's a little. You can tell it's waterlogged.
You can tell it's waterlogged. It was hysterical. And Jade just looks at me and is like,
"Don't judge me.
Don't judge me. I dropped it in the bathtub." I was like, "Oh well." And then I was like, "Well, next birthday present, you're getting a tray. You're getting one of those book trays for your bathtub."
Yeah, I need that. I really do. But now, keep in mind, I read those books last year and had to wait almost a full fucking year for Onyx Storm to come out on January 23rd. I have never pre-ordered a book as fast as I pre-ordered Onyx Storm.
Honestly, I can believe it. especially with how ferociously I went through Fourth Wing.
And now I'm sitting here, literally, I got Onyx Storm. It was delivered. I got it through Barnes & Nobles. I pre-ordered it. I got it the 23rd. I opened it the 24th. I finished that book on the 25th.
Hot.
That is how fucking, I was like, hey. And I did full 24 hours. I spoke to no one. Did not answer my phone. I barely answered my phone. That is how good those fucking series is. That is how good it is. And now I'm sitting here going, we don't even know when the next one is coming. It just was published 2 months ago.
I also love Rebecca Yarros because she keeps like trolling fans.
I hate it.
And she'll take pictures of her laptop. And if you like zoom all the way in, it says, this is not the next Fourth Wing book. Sorry, guys. Or LOL, did you think this was the next Fourth Wing book?
I hate her.
And I'm like, I love you so much. You're the person I would be if I ever finally finished my novel and got it sold. Like, I would be that guy.
I know you would. But
And
at the same time,
I
it's
just
like,
love it.
stop edging me, Rebecca.
Also, Rebecca, thank you for being a Swiftie.
Oh, yeah. And on top of that, I love the fact that Rebecca Yarros has Ehlers Danlos.
Yeah.
And I love that she literally wrote a character with Ehlers Danlos.
I love Violet Sarengale.
Oh, she's so good.
She's another one on
Violence.
my... I've never gotten so hot as
been, Luca?
Zayden calling Violet violence. I'm going to be so for real.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think you've ever seen you as much in love with a character since Bella.
Yeah, like I love Violet. And it also helps that like Zayden is my dark shadow daddy. Like I am not going to apologize. Zayden is my new book boyfriend. Oh my God. I love him.
I know you do.
He's my perfect kind of man. But I absolutely love Violet Sarengale. Like I'm planning to cosplay Violet Sarengale. I want to make my own. I'm going to make my own scale breastplate. I decided and practice more with EVA foam.
I love this for you.
And I think it'd be like I don't want to say easy, but like a simpler first project, getting more involved in EVA. And I just love her. I love her as a character. I love the representation that she gives.
Yeah, you do.
I love everything about her. I also love her because while I don't have the same thing as Violet, I feel bad because I cannot pronounce it correctly. Ehlers. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to pronounce it. But I love her so much, and I see a lot of my own character traits in her. And especially as someone who does have chronic illness,
True.
It just means a lot to have any form of character with a chronic illness who is not painted out to be the weakling of the group or the weak link of the group. Which I will ask, how is it pronounced? Ehlers
Danlos.
Ehlers Danlos. Okay, because I was saying Ehlers Dellers because I felt like it rhymed. And I was like, no, that's not right. Ehlers Dan. And I know a lot of people that now that I've gotten very involved with the Fourth Wing fandom, like one of my favorite cosplayers actually cosplays Violet, and she also has Ehlers Danlos.
I actually have a very,
And it means a lot to her.
Believe it or not, I actually have a very mild form of it.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, no, me and my sister, my blood sister, actually were talking to our mom. And our mother has this crazy, like, she's always had this ability, like, and we always thought it was just because she was double jointed or something, where she's able to hyperextend a lot of her joints.
Yeah.
Now, me and my sister were talking about it recently, actually, believe it or not, over Christmas. And she asked me if I'm able to do certain things. And I can. And the thing is, I am not double jointed. I cannot and should not be able to do these certain things with certain joints that I have.
Yeah.
Because certain joints are not built that way.
Yeah, to bend to that will.
But mine do. Which means I have a very mild form of Ehlers-Danlos, but it actually does explain some of the things that if it had happened to someone that did not have it, I would be paralyzed.
Yeah.
I.e., my back injury.
Yeah.
That should have paralyzed me, but because my joints are able to and my body is able to do certain things. It didn't. So I actually have been getting tested, and the doctors do agree that I do have a very, very, like super, 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 super mild form of it. Not to the point where I need to be worried like somebody who would have a full-blown case of it.
Yeah.
But enough to be aware of it because I can actually hurt myself.
Yeah.
Because of it. I can have injuries and not realize that they're injuries or things like that
That's
because of
actually
it.
Super interesting.
It is. I actually just found this out recently, and it's not something that I've been throwing around everywhere because it's like, oh, yay, look at me. I got another chronic illness.
Yay.
Like the charm bracelet, it just gets bigger.
Exactly. Who doesn't love being chronically ill?
Emotional, damn it.
Ain't me.
Nobody. But like,
yeah.
I love seeing a character that has that kind of representation because it also does give me the feels, because whenever we see a character with some type of chronic illness, it's always, the story revolves around them overcoming.
Oh my God.
Overcoming and becoming this powerful creature of...
Oh, girl, tell me about it.
You know?
You are preaching to the choir.
So for me, seeing somebody that, yes, I do have this. Yes, it does cause me problems. Yes, I do have to overcome and find other ways. But it's not the main fucking focal point of the character.
Yeah, like that's one of my favorite things.
It's like flavoring.
Yes, I love it because that is actually one of her key things, and she doesn't want to be treated
Sprinkles.
differently. And I love when Zayden, oh my God, when he makes her this saddle.
I love that.
And he does it all in secret, and he does it specifically. And when she's originally upset and she's like, but I need to be able to keep my seat like everyone else, Tarn looks at her and goes, well, all writers are built differently. Just because you don't have the body of a writer does not mean you don't have the spirit of one. Every writer needs accessibilities for their own ability to do things.
Yeah.
And I really loved that because it's not like they were using it as a condescending message. It was, no, people are built different. All people are built different.
Doesn't
I
mean
chose
that you are not able.
It does not mean you're not able. I chose you, and we will do the things we need to do so that you can be to the best of your ability.
And we're talking about, like, also, we're talking about a person that does deal with that chronic illness, but they don't make it their identity. Instead, they work with it and around it and overcoming it in certain ways that, like, normal bodied people wouldn't have to. So they don't think twice about it, you know? And that to me, I loved it in a way where it shows that, yes, this character identifies as such,
Yeah.
but does not make it them. They are not the disease. They are just someone with the disease.
Correct.
They are someone that is smart and capable and one of the most powerful writers to ever in over a century. Okay, with one of the most powerful dragons, both of them.
Oh, Andarna. I love Andarna. She's so stinking cute.
Like, don't tempt me, girl. You ever want to if you ever want to do a little violence, I will dress up as a fucking dragon.
Well, you know I already said I was doing Violet,
There you
so you're
I
Tarn.
or I could be Sigale.
You could be Sigale.
I could be.
I do love Sigale. Sigale is a sassy queen, and I fucking love her.
I love it. But like we're talking like these are just two and I'm going to segue in here. Like, so because of all of these books and my obsession with book talk on TikTok.
Oh, yes.
Like because we are also part of that by doing our book reviews, especially like Lavender here doing what she's been doing and on our socials. I see recommendations all the fucking time. And I actually have bought several series off of TikTok based on these recommendations. The latest recommendation that I had was Zodiac Academy.
I've heard a lot of things about it, but I have no idea what it's about.
Okay. Quick synopsis. Zodiac Academy is once again fairy. It does take place in the world of fairy, but here's the thing I'm going to warn you guys now. If you do read Zodiac Academy, there is a lot of non-consensual shit that happens.
Okay.
No SA
Okay.
so far.
Okay.
I'm only in book 4.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Now, but there is a lot of other shit that goes down, and you're just like, Now, it follows around a pair of twins, Tori and Darcy Vega. Now, they're orphans in the human world, and they do not realize that they are changelings.
Okay.
So
all
they
right.
are brought back to Solaria, which is the world of the Fae, the realm of the Fae, because they are mirror realms of the mortal realm.
Yeah.
And Solaria, they get there, they go to this academy called the Zodiac Academy, where people of their age, they are 18 in the books.
Okay.
18, they're 18 in the books. They get their majority as called, and that's why all of a sudden their powers are starting to awaken.
Got
and
it.
they were
Okay.
able to be found and brought back to
Got it.
Solaria. And they get there, and their powers are quote unquote activated. And Fae powers are based on two things: what order they are from, which
Okay.
I'll explain.
So like the courts.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. What order they are from? Meaning these are fairies of legend, which means you have dragons, sphinxes, medusas, pegasi. So their order is what they werewolves, vampire. That's their order form is what they change into.
Okay.
Their other selves, their natural inclination of what they are.
Ooh, okay.
And then based on top of that is they get powers of elements. Some people get 2, some people even get 3, but nobody has ever gotten all 4.
Okay. I see.
So you see where I'm going with
I
this?
see where this is going.
And again, the biggest thing is they come back and find out not only are they changelings into a world that they had no idea existed, but they're the long lost fucking princesses of the motherfucking realm.
course.
Their parents were murdered. It's all crazy plot, and it's just okay. I'm obsessed with these books. I didn't go out and buy the paper copies, so what I did was I bought the dynamic audios of these books. I'm on book 4. I've only been reading these for 5 days? A week?
Yeah, and you've gotten through a
I'm
lot
already
of them.
I am already up to book 4, and I'm like 12% into book 4.
Amazing, because, well, we follow each other on Goodreads, so we can see.
So
We
you
can
know.
see. I know.
You know. So
I
like
know.
and the thing is, and here's the only problem I do have with Audible books is you don't know what page you're on.
Yeah.
You know what chapter you're in, but you don't know what page you're on, so I have to guesstimate.
That's why I do the percentages.
I'm doing the percentages, but you still have to guesstimate.
Oh, you know what's actually good if you don't want to have to guesstimate?
Ah.
There's an app that I have. I absolutely love it. It's on I'm sure they also have it on Android Shop, like the Google Play Store. And it's just called Book Tracker.
Yeah.
And you can actually put in all your books, and I track them there as well as Goodreads. And what I do, because I can also track if I've loaned out books, so I can keep track of my collection, et cetera, et cetera. But essentially how it works is you can put in how long the audiobook is, because Audible will show you how much time is left in the audiobook.
Yes, I do have that.
And then you can just do what minute, hour you're on and record it that way, and it'll give you the percentage of the book that
Okay, you're
through.
going to need to give me that information
will.
when we are off air.
No worries, baby. I got you.
Yeah.
It's my saving grace.
Because, yeah, dude, what? I need that because, like, I can't keep it accurate. I have to guesstimate, and then, like, based on the percentage that I get from the pages that I put in.
It's annoying.
It's
Trust me.
annoying.
That's why I got it. And it's a free app, and I absolutely love it. Like, you can technically give a donation if you want to, because it's run by independent developers.
Yeah.
But, like, I only did that until I realized, like, oh, I really like it. And then I gave them, like, $5 or something.
That's fair. That's fair.
And it's a really great app. And it's really helped me, like, keep track. And I've already gotten to 10 books this year, and my goal is 50.
I am currently reading 4 books.
Okay.
Technically 5 because I didn't add Murtaugh to my currently reading list because
Gotcha.
I stopped reading it.
Fair.
Because I'm most likely what's going to happen with Murtaugh is even though I made it a certain way into the book, because it's been so long since I picked it up, I'm probably going to just restart it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've done that before.
That's where I'm at with that. But I am currently reading 4 books. One of them being the Zodiac Academy audiobook. I'm listening to that.
Yeah.
I am also counting Son of a Witch because I did finish Wicked recently.
Okay.
Because I wanted to reread it, so I listened to the audio. I do have Son of a Witch queued up. I have not started it, but it is technically my currently reading.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 books that I have from independent authors that I made friends with a couple years ago when I went to Fan Expo Boston. So big shout out to Sarah Bigelow and for that because I am reading her series as well.
Nice.
Like,
okay.
because I just got the entire series.
Nice.
In
All right.
like from her Kickstarter like a few months ago, and I keep picking it up and putting it back down. Keep picking it up because I keep getting distracted with other books.
I totally get you.
So
That's why I'm still only halfway through Wicked.
like you're at 10, I'm at 5 completed. When I finish these 4 books, I'll be at 9.
Very hot.
You
Love
know?
this.
So like, and I'm already like a quarter of the way through the fucking 4th book in Zodiac Academy.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think so much of it is because I work from home, and sometimes I don't want to put on TV.
Yeah.
I'll even put the audiobook on while I'm cooking dinner.
Yeah.
While I'm cleaning the apartment.
Oh, my earbuds have been a constant companion.
And it's been great because I have that Sonos because I got a really cool new piercing that these headphones I can do.
yeah,
but my
big and tight.
exactly my other headphones are tighter, so I haven't been able to put them back on. So everything has been on Sonos Roam. I've been like, "Hi Siri, play."
Yeah.
No, she's not Siri because she's not.
It's Alexa.
She's Alexa. I go, "Hi Alexa, time to play Audible." It is so funny. Like, it's gotten to a point that I talk to her like she's someone else in my house. And it's kind of hysterical.
I love that for you, though. And I love the fact that you and I are literally doing like a walking library where you don't even have to like spend money on a book. Because I'll be like, here,
I got you.
I got you. Read this. If you like it, you go buy it. And
that's what I like about it.
And that's the thing that I love about our ability to be in the same genres because like, I actually kind of want to borrow your Jeanette McCurdy book.
Please do. It's absolutely phenomenal.
And I also kind of want to borrow Night Bitch from you.
Yes, Night Bitch is fantastic. I will sing praises about Night Bitch until the day I die.
But I'm not doing that until I finish what I'm currently reading now.
Very fair. And what's cool about that app is when you borrow them, I can say, oh, Jade borrowed these. So if I'm ever like going through my bookcase and get worried I'm missing something, I'll know you have them.
Okay.
It's such a cool feature.
that.
I'll show you later.
Yes, please.
And I'll share the app with y'all on our socials as well.
Any thoughts on what could be coming up in ACOTAR for you?
For me, well, we're up to this part. I don't really think that, as much as I hate Tampon, I don't actually think he's aligned with Highburn. Like, just from what we know about him in ACOTAR, even though he's the fucking worst, I just don't think he would fully align himself with Highburn. Fucking Lucian fucking would never. I fucking love Lucian. So I have a feeling that even though Feyre is there to spy, I just have a feeling he's not actually aligned with Highburn. I think there's going to be a larger story idea to come out of this.
I'm not telling you nothing.
I know, but that's how I feel. That's what I think. And honestly, I can't wait to continue listening to it. Like, I don't have as many meetings tomorrow, so that's my goal. I'm just going to listen to it.
You got this. You got this. So I'm not going to give you any spoilers. Just the same way I'm not giving you any spoilers about Iron Flame.
Thanks, baby.
But I can't wait for you to read both.
I'm so excited.
And honestly, I'm actually pretty excited because once Lavender is done with this, we're both going to start the Throne of Glass series together.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to do this together at the same time where not one of us is already ahead of the other by reading the series and being like, hey, we're going to be in real time going,
we're going to be in pain together.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be amazing. And honestly, there's not a single person in the world that I would rather be in pain with on literature than you.
Thanks, babe.
I love
Honestly,
you.
I love you too. More book episodes, I
More
think.
book episodes will be coming.
More book episodes.
On top of, we are still going to be doing a lot of our stand. We did take our stand with the DEI episode.
Yep.
That is not changing. That is not changing. We are giving you some fluff right now because the world is on fire and we all need an escape.
Exactly.
And for us, it's books. And for you, it might be video games.
Or music.
Or music. Or skateboarding or bike riding or going to the gym or swimming or
movies.
Anything that gets you out of your head for a little while. Just understand you are not alone. We hear you. We see you. We will always be with you because we are you. So it's going to be okay. I don't want to say that it's going to be better because fuck knows.
Exactly.
But we're here. The Feinics Gate will always be here. And we are always going to be that safe space. And we are always going to protect. And we will keep coming to you in future episodes, not just with fluff, but also with information on the executive orders, on what's going on in the world as best as we can with the resources that we have.
Yeah.
So just hang in there, pick up a book, and let us know if you liked any of our takes on this. And again, I apologize to the Firefly fandom, but fuck y'all. Like,
Or
fuck
give
all y'all.
Or give us some suggestions.
Yes, we would love to. Yo, listen, if you can't tell, we love fucking reading.
Yes, please.
So give us your book recommendations. Okay? Okay, bye.
Bye.